So last time we discussed about a bit about FMS, where we discussed about the history and what what are the components in FMS. So again, we also discussed why company go for the FMS, because as you know, the day by day competition is increasing in the market, and then they need to remain in market. If they don't go for FMS, that means their business will be taken over by some other business owner. So now today's lecture start with from here. What does make it flexible? What are the components that make it flexible? So it can be classified in three broad categories. That in FMS, when the system, when I say system, it means obviously whole manufacturing setup that is able to identify and distinguish among the different part style processed by the system. So whatever we are going for the manufacturing system, if there is a part 1 and there is another part 2, if there is a similarity in the part, then similarity in the sense of shape, size, geometry. So we can easily if we can easily manufacture part 1 and there is slight modification or slight changes in part 2, so we can say that part 2 is similar to part 1, but there is a small change. But we can, with the help of our flexible system, we are able to produce part 2 also. That's why ability to distinguish, identify, display and different part style processed by the system. So this one is done at the designer state, and at manufacturing state machine does not uh, differentiate the part at a start. Machine only perform the given command. Again, then quick changeover of operating instructions. So obviously you have given machine to produce part 1 type, and then you need to uh, you go for the producing part 2 quickly. You stop the production of part 1 and then you feed the part 2 program for part 2, and then instead of this one, part 2 will be produced. So as this can be changeover of the program or operating instruction. So you can stop the machine at any instance, and then you can load the next program or for the next different types of part. So that's make it completely flexible. As per the requirement, you are able to produce the part. Then quick changeover of physical setups. Sometimes you need to change the physical setup of the machine. So physical setup means machines are fixed, but sometimes you need to relocate them for each of the various operations. So because over the time the processing steps has been changed, your part, whatever part you are producing 5 or 10 years back, that those parts are obsolete. So a different new kind of parts are in the market and you need to produce that, and the current existing manufacturing setup is not um, enough to produce. So obviously if you can change the physical setup, that is machine locations, then you can make it flexible. So it makes the system flexible, and that we study flexible manufacturing system. So classification of manufacturing system. According to number of machine, it can be classified as a single machine cell, flexible manufacturing cell, and flexible manufacturing system. Single machine cells means there generally manufacturing system is divided in the segment, and each segment is called cell. Like a whole, see this whole area under the roof, a single roof, is divided in here 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you can call it cell 1, and you can call it cell 2, cell 3, and cell 4 likewise. So single machine cell, as you can understand, there will be only one machine in this area. Say for example, if you are using single machine cell for a producing a product, so here it will be only lathe machine, only single lathe machine, one lathe machine, only one, and two, only one drilling machine, two, only one drilling machine, and in three you can uh, uh, use only one milling machine. In four you can use only one sawing machine. So these are the or planer or shaper. So only one type of machine, and number should be one. And then flexible manufacturing cell, here in one cell, like earlier we were having one lathe machine, so we will have two or three similar kind of machine. So we can see here, as you can see here, we will have one. For your understanding, I took the example of lathe machine, but in flexible manufacturing, as you know, the everything is automated. So lathe machine cannot be made automated. So here you can see one CNC machining center combined with the parts storage system for unattended operations. Okay, so one machine would be there, only one CNC machine, and completed parts are periodically unloaded from the parts storage unit, and raw work parts are loaded onto it. So you can understand from this setup. See, this one is CNC machine, and here this one is tool, and here is your part is there, and let me zoom a bit. So as you can see here, shuttle track, it means, and this one is called shuttle cart. Here it will move, slide on this. Again, these are the pallets where you have kept your part. These are the pallets, and these are the parts in dark color. These are the parts, and on that pallet they are kept. So obviously, as you can see, these pallets will slide on this way. As, no, this will not slide. Actually, pallets are kept on this, and then you will slide here. Part pallet will slide. You will slide the pallet in this direction, and pallet will rest on shuttle cart, and then this will slide this way, and it will get loaded. As you can see in here, again this one, if you when you have to load this part, what will happen? So obviously this shuttle cart will come in this direction, and then you will slide it, and you will able to load it. And this extended part you can see, so based on that you can easily slide on shuttle cart, and you can see also another shuttle cart. So, and as you see here, pallet is empty pallets. So you can change the distance between these two track, this one, and pallet rack. Okay, so single machine cell, it means one CNC center and with automatic loading and unloading system. So this one is automatic loading unloading done automatically. Everything is programmed, and you can see tool storage here. The CNC machine will have numbers of tool. So sometimes it is tool storage, and sometimes you will find a word tool magazine. Tool magazine. Okay, so in that there will be 100 to 100 numbers of tools, and based on the requirement the tool will be selected, and this tool is selected by automatically by the machine. Next is one more thing here. uh, as you can see, there are different parts. So all these different parts will have the different programming setup, and you can see that machine will identify the parts, and based on that program will be loaded and it will process the part. So you don't need to worry about that every time that which part is being produced, because everything is automated. You have already set all the program for all these parts in the machine, and machine will identify the part here, and then it will process. Next is flexible manufacturing cell. Here we will have 2 or 3 processing workstation, typically CNC machine centers plus a part handling system. Part handling system is must. So here, like I was discussing, that this area you can divide 1, 2, 3, 4. So area 1, in that when we talk about flexible manufacturing cell, so area 1 is cell, 2 is also cell, 3 is also cell, and 4 is also cell. So in area 1 you will have 2 or 3 CNC center. In area 2, if all are part of flexible manufacturing cell, this then 2 or 3 or 2 or 3 each will have 2 or 3 CNC machine. And when a machine is there, that becomes a workstation. That means these 3 machines are, say for example, is in area 1. This area 1 means cell 1. So this becomes a workstation. This whatever you see, this one is CNC machine. So here this part becomes workstation, and here on this machine 2 workstation 2, and this third is workstation 3. Okay, so this is called workstation when machine is working. So workstation. And again we have this shuttle cart for loading and unloading of the part, and then we have this load unload station where part will be loaded and it will slide here, and then part will go on the specific machine. Here similar or different kind of parts can be produced. And then we have flexible manufacturing system. As you can see, it has 4 or more processing centers. Workstation connected mechanically by a common part handling system. So here different machines we will have, and it will be connected by a common part handling system. So we will see. And as you know, every machine is connected with the computer. All the computers are interconnected. So in this shop floor, you can see the AGV, automatic guided vehicle part. Okay, so this one is for flexible manufacturing system. So whole part. So again, you can see the here rack, track. You can see crane and machines. You can see. So there are no more. So what we have here in flexible manufacturing system, four or more processing center. Like I said that this one is workstation, this one, this one is workstation. So only three workstations. Here in the case of flexible manufacturing, you will have more than four or more than four workstations. Similar kind of machines or NC machines. So basic components of FMS. These are workstations, then automatic material handling system and computer control system. These are the basic components. Workstations becomes your CNC. Automatic material handling system becomes your loading and unloading, uh, shuttle cart and pallet, and then uh, AGV automatic guided vehicle, that is also a part of material handling system, and then computer control. That means all the machines will be CNC machines will be connected to the computer and everything. Material handling system is also connected to computers. So from computers you can give command, change the command, change the instructions. So workstation includes, typical workstation will have the substations. See, in that substation, load unload stations, machining stations, other processing station and assembly stations. So now we are talking about the broader sense in workstation. So earlier we saw that one machine is known as workstation one. Another machine we said workstation two. Okay, then we in broader sense we will talk. This becomes whole as a workstation. Although the workstation machine one two that are also part of that are also workstation, but in broader sense when we talk about broader sense, this becomes substation one two. So in substations what we have, loading unloading stations. Obviously the machines are there, then there would be some transportation system part, loading unloading stations. Obviously it will not, any part will not drop from the sky. It has to be some load unload. So there would be some area where part will be loaded, and then machining stations, it becomes workstation. These two becomes machining stations. Then other processing station, there will be the other operations that you can make for that other processing station. And assembly, it can also include uh, assembly station. So these are the subcomponents, substations under a workstation. Although you can also say this one is also a workstation, but when we are talking about the broader sense. So material handling system, you can see automated forklift and rail traveler. You can see automated forklifting, it will go these two fork, you can see it will go here and put the part this like this. It can go there and put the whole part. Again, you can see the rail track. So not rail track for the AGV. So it will this machine AGV will move on along this path and path is fixed. No person is allowed to roam on this area. So it is called a rail traveler. It will travel along this path. So uh, its work is loading and unloading of the material or parts. Then we have computer control programmable logic controller. So this one is a part of controller system of a machine, and where we will control the machines with the obviously all the machine will be fitted with the programmable logic controller, and that will be controlled from the computer. So these are the parts of PLC controller: that power supply, communication, expansion connection, memory, CPU, output processing circuit, input processing circuit, screw terminals for input lines and screw terminals for output lines, and PC to PLC. Here we will access it. Sometimes CNC machines, this is in standalone when the machine is not connected to the computer. So computer becomes an integral part of the CNC machine. As you can see, that is in our department. That is in front of our main gate. That is a part of this one standalone, where computer is mini computer is already on the CNC machine. But when we talk about the flexible manufacturing system, so that is also available, but everything is programmed from the remote computer, not on the machine. Only start and on off button can be pressed, and rest command is given from the computer that is far away or away from the CNC machine. Now you can see this one is a typical allied signal manufacturing system. Here you can see automated guided vehicle, these small AGV. This one is loading unloading station, and here you can also see the fixer building station, and this one is tool shelter. Here tools are stored, and storage station. Here again you can see the part review station under mezzanine. It should be magazine part, it should be magazine part review station under magazine. Here parts are reviewed, and then coordinate measuring machines under magazine. Maybe I am not aware about this term. I will check about this mezzanine. I will check about this. I am not aware about this term. So coordinate measuring machines. Here machines will measure the coordinate of the parts. Control room, and then we have wash station for washing purposes. Machining centers, you can see an automatic guided vehicle that already explained. Central chip and coolant system. Here we have centralized chip and coolant system. So what is more interesting about this picture is you will be surprised to know is you are not aware about allied system, but you will be well aware about Honeywell. Honeywell. So earlier Allied Signal was different organization, and later Honeywell purchased it merged with Honeywell, and they renamed its business as a Honeywell Corporation. So Honeywell is very reputed company in USA, like you can say top 10 top 10 company, and it is engaged in producing turbine blades and electrical equipments, rotors like this. So this one is very reputed Honeywell company, and that picture is from their setup. Now next is five machines FMS for machining. So where are the five machines? Machine 1, machine 2, machine 3, machine 4, and machine 5. These are five machines in a straight line, and yellow color you can see this one is the track. Okay, and you can see it is a belt, you can see black in black color, and here inspection computer is there for inspection of the parts. So part loading and unloading can be done from here also. And next what you see, this yellow line, so that is for marking purposes, that if the AVG is there, then you don't need to roam it or in that area. So you can see, and here you can see the loading and unloading stations. These are big cranes structure for the cranes. So obviously human resources is also important, but skilled human resource is important. So human are needed to manage the operations of the FMS. Functions typically performed by human includes loading raw work parts in the system, so no skill required here. Unloading finished part assembly from the system, no skill required here. Obviously you can bring the part through the forklift, and then you have to load it on the pallet, and it will be done by manually, and for that purpose you need a human. Sometimes if you want to eliminate, then you can have a robotic arm that will pick the part and put the part, pick the part, put the part, and then changing the setting tools, it will be done by the human. Equipments maintenance and repair, obviously who will do? NC part programming and machining, who will do? Human. These three human are necessary, and here it can be robotic arms can be also employed instead of human. Layout of FMS, here we will go. What are the layout? When the it means the machines, the way machines are set up, and here there are five types: progressive, loop, ladder, open field, and robotic center types. We call it layout. The way machines are set up, that becomes layout, and here we see all one by one. Machines like here, you can see, just remember this, okay, remember this picture, and I will ask you which type of layout is this one. As you can see, single transfer belt, and parts are here. parts are loaded unloaded here. It comes here and then loaded here, then here again. Parts are loaded here and here. So in 5 we have 2 to 1, 3 loading unloading type system. So remember this setup and I will ask a question on this. So progressive or line type layout. Here we will have automatic machining center, machining automatic, okay, and work will flow and loading unloading by man, and start work parts, loading will be done by the man. Because the parts are on the forklift or ground level, and that you have to put it on a track that is above the some height from the ground. So obviously you need a person to load unload it. Then part transportation, that is track, it will part will move, and then this part will come on machining automatic center 1, and then after finishing it will go to on part track and it will go to on automatic machine 2, 3, 4. Okay. Another way, if the all the work this these machines, automatic machines, are doing the similar kind, like this one is a part of flexible manufacturing system. If a single machine can be done all the machining operation, that means you don't need to mm, after finishing one machine, it will not send on machine 2, it will directly go to finish as a finished product. And here this part will come here also, and from here it part will come here also, part will come from here also, and here also on all four machines, and all the four machine work complete the part, complete the operation, and all the machine will send as a finished product to unload the part. So one machine is doing all the operations here. Then this is kind of loop layout. As you can see, there are machines, one automatic machining automation, machining automation, and inspection automation. So parts are loaded here, and after finishing, it travels through this belt, transfer belt, and here one side green part is loaded, and sorry, a red part as a part of loading, and green part as a completed parts. And after, so this way it moves in this way. Okay. So this is called loop layout. It is making a loop. So next one is ladder type. So you can see the track in ladder type. This one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. And here you have the track. In part will be loaded from manually from this side. Part will travel, and it will go on machine automatic automation, and then here and here and then here. After completion, it will be it will go directly here. So in that case, because this one is CNC machine, almost every operation can be performed in all these machining automatic automation center. So there is no case of transfer of part here to here. All the operations are completed on this part, on this automatic center, automation center. So this becomes a kind of ladder. That's why it is ladder type layout. Then this is open field layout. We will have this machining automatic center, machining automation. Then we will have this black color as a path for AGV, and you can also see this a box that is representing our AGV. And when the part is on green, it means part has been finished as a finished production part. So here workstation parts are loaded unloaded on AGV, and as you can see, these are the recharging AGV. So recharging because it is battery operated. So once you load the part, it will move and it will go on the machines. Here it is loading here, and to having this loop allows if this machine is busy and if this one is busy, this and this machine is free, so it will be loaded, part will be loaded here. And see, you can see this machine has completed the finishing operation. That's why you can green color and there is no part, no red color. So next part you will load, it will directly go to the this one, this machine. So you can also think in which way parts move, uh, AGV move. That AGV moves keeps on moving on these tracks. There is a fixed direction that it will move, keep on moving like this, like this. It can be moving like this. The movement of the AGV is determined, controlled with the computer, as we have already programmed in the movement of the AGV. So it will look for the which machine having the less number of waiting part or empty machine. So it will go directly on that machine. And last one is robotic center layout. So we have eliminated here the robot, everything with the help of a robot. And now on this belt we will have the part, on this belt we will have the parts, and here machining work table or machining center, you can also say, and machining center also here, machining center 1 and machining center 2, and robotic arm will pick the parts from here and will keep on here and put on here. So it is like putting here, picking, picking, putting, and then after finished it will take it out, and then you will put some other place, so that you can take it back as a finished part. So robotic center. So now uh, tell me, in previous this one you can see these two robots are engaged in machining. This one is specialized CNC machines, and robots are here to pick and load the parts, not machining, pick and load the parts. So parts are loaded on the machine. So these are the applications of FMS: metal cutting, metal forming, assembly, joint welding, arc, spot gluing, surface treatment, and inspection and testing. And these are the advantages of FMS: reduce setup and quit time, improve efficiency, reduce time for production completion, utilizing human workers, improve product routing. Product routing means the processing setup. The part as you are producing, obviously it will go to some manufacturing operations, like first one is planing operation, and then second one is cutting operation, then third one is milling operation, fourth one is drilling operation. These are the operation you have to perform and in the same order, and then that is becomes a route for the particular part. So routing is the in the way you will produce the part. So with the help of CNC, what we can do, we can combine the numbers of our operation in a single machine, obviously, and that leads to improved product routing and produce a variety of items under one roof. As we have seen already, the numbers of parts can be loaded, program can be loaded, and product different types of products can be made. Serve a variety of vendors simultaneously. Obviously, there are your numbers of customers, so you can fulfill your order to everyone, almost everyone, as per their requirement. Produce more product more quickly. Obviously, with the help of CNC and robotic arms, we can do it quickly and 24/7 hours. These are the two disadvantages, mainly expensive and substantial pre-planning activities. It takes very much time to plan all the activities in a proper way. So here comes another. As you can see, sometimes even the wisest of men and machines can be in error. So machine can also make some error. Optimus Prime. So what are the challenges with FMS? The determining the FMS the best production system for your company. Obviously, if it is a small manufacturing, that you need to compare with the uh, manual machining or with the semi-automatic or fully automatic, and then possible expansion cost associated with the implementing FMS. Obviously, when you expand your machine, uh, expand your business, and then you have to expand implement FMS. In that implementing FMS, as you have seen, there will be some expense, and that expense is used. So next lecture we will discuss about numerical control, but let's come to the today's question. As you have seen, there are 5 types of layout. Okay, progressive align type, loop type, ladder type, open field, and robotic center. Now the question is, what type of layout, uh, this one, what type of layout is it?
क्या प्रोग्रेसिव और लाइन होगा क्या?
Yes, because every machine is
एक लाइन जैसा देख रहा है इसलिए बोल रहा
yes,
था.
line होगा, obviously it is a line. So all the machines you can see that are stored here, and there is no loop, so it cannot be ladder type. You don't see any loop here, right? Not ladder, not loop, not neither a robotic centered. Okay, and one was open field. This one is not an open field. So line are progressive. Okay, so this is enough for today. And